Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Laneside Reviews. As always, I am the bearded beast, Rob Johnson, joined once again by Scoops Porter, and somewhere in the ethos is old guy Wayne. But, I don't know. But we're about to go to the lanes with multiple styles to check out some brand new equipment and see how it stacks up. All right, guys, and here we are on the lanes with our speed dominant player, Wayne Porter.
He's bowling on the high friction house shot.
And it's been a bit since we've thrown some swag gear, and we're pretty excited to... Not as excited as he is, but we're pretty excited to see this.
Yeah, it's a pretty... it's a nice looking ball. Like, it's got decent shelf appeal.
It's interesting. Now, this thing... So Swag has really kind of changed their stuff. I had to do a lot of research on this.
Yeah.
Being a Brunswick guy, I know my Brunswick stuff. I haven't really kept up with Swag.
Swag, yeah.
So the Big Brother Assemble here, this uses the Up One solid cover stock.
Yeah.
First, can we talk about the name of the cover stock? Can we just call it One Up? Because that would have been so much cooler.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Ooh.
Hey now.
Yeah, I'm just... The name of the ball's good, but the cover stock name is just...
Yeah. You know what? Every time I say it, I want to say One Up, and maybe that's because I'm a gamer.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
So, but besides that, the cover stock itself has actually, they've used it across a few different balls.
Yeah.
And they've used the cores to kind of dictate the motion.
Yeah.
So
that's what we talked about in previous videos about the cover being like the tires.
Yep.
And the core being like your engine. So your engine's going to get you rolling to get your grip on the... Ooh. Somebody likes this ball.
Yeah. So we've already moved Wayne here about 10 boards.
Yeah.
When you look at this core here, 248, 054, 021. This is your classic big, strong ASIM. And if you look at the size of this core...
It almost touches outer core. There's not much inner core between. Like,
this thing's a monster.
Yeah. Which
means when you're drilling into it, it's going to have a big effect when you're putting holes into it and where you're putting them.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting because we did, with our two layouts here, the pin-down layout for the Big Brother for Wayne, we're seeing... Come on.
Ooh.
Seeing a lot of motion.
Yeah. And the one thing I remember about when we were throwing them before is that their outer cover is thicker.
Yeah, it is.
Than the other companies. And that's their way of trying to get that coefficient of restitution a little bit higher.
Yep.
Because it's a little bit more right?
They instead of being like a 1/4 inch, it's like a 1/2 inch.
Yeah.
And then they have this stuff called Elastic E filler.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's their version of like a Dynamicore or...
What was the one? Ebonite had one for...
Hypershock.
Hypershock, yeah.
So it's something, like you're saying, to keep that coefficient of restitution up. Look at the motion he's getting here.
Yeah. And it does. When it hits, it sounds different than other stuff we've been throwing lately. It's got this almost solid... thud.
Like a thud, yeah.
And the pins just go everywhere. Like,
now, since I didn't get to throw this one, I'm going on your what you're seeing here and your experience throwing it. In the past, Swag's bigger balls, like the big balls, their bigger asymmetrics tended to be a little bit smoother.
Yes. Yeah.
This seems to have a lot of motion for Wayne.
Yeah, it's really getting down. It's still rolling up early and smooth.
Yep.
But it's getting down and really coming off. Like, you can see it really compared to the bonus here.
Yeah, and as we always say, we use a bonus because every company has something with similar dynamics core-wise. So at least you can compare apples to apples.
Yeah.
Was that like a 10 or 12 board difference?
Yeah, it definitely was started on the inside, outside, and then maybe even a tiny bit longer, right?
This is crazy. Watch it come off. So he's sliding 10 boards apart.
Yeah. Like, he almost got that one out to 5.
Yeah.
Like, it's got a really good shape for him, and it's very solid movement going around the corner.
Now here we have the bonus at lane level, and we'll get a good idea of how the Big Brother spins up, because we can see it really easily here on the bonus.
Yeah.
That's why I love those yellow thumb slugs.
Yeah.
They're so easy to see. And all right, so here we go here. Now, it's been a while since we threw swag. We threw them a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And then it just became difficult for us to get them coming across the border.
Yeah.
But we were lucky enough, one of our fans reached out to us and actually set this up so that we get this.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give a shout out there, because without our fans, we're not here doing this, and we don't have the opportunity to review equipment like this.
Yeah.
So look at that. So you can see it spin up. And that's comparing a pin-up, a slower response, but pin-up bonus compared to a pin-down.
Yeah.
It should be smoother.
Hey everybody, Rob Johnson here, and I just wanted to take a second to thank everyone who's already picked up a copy of my book, A Modern Guide to Fit and Arsenal Construction for Two-Handed Bowlers. Now, it really warms my heart, the amount of people who've already contacted me who've read the book with their training plans, their successes, and even their honor scores. And I've been blown away with the quality of conversation I've been having with pro shops and even PBA players on the science of building a proper arsenal based on RG differential, intermediate differential, and layouts. Now, if you've already picked up the book, thank you so much, and congratulations on your future success. And if you haven't, why not? The link's in the description below. And now, back to bowling.
And earlier.
Yeah.
Now here you are.
Yeah.
Tell me about your experience with this ball.
It was definitely what I was expecting.
Ooh, look at that thing dig in.
But it does, like you said, it was traveling further down than what I was expecting.
Yep.
But overall potential of the ball is like what we've thrown in the past. Like, it's nice, solid equipment that, like I said, I like that. I'm everybody knows that I'm a big fan of the two-piece, right? And this is pretty close. Like the hitting power you get off of this
with
is
a core that big,
right? That core, and this there you go. Oh,
nice.
But that's like a one-on-one move. Like,
oh yeah, easily.
It's right there.
Now, when we got this ball out of the box, one thing noticed that this is a very dull, very furry cover.
Yeah.
Even though it's finished at 2,500,
which
is unusual cover preparation.
No, yeah, just straight.
Yeah, 2,500 straight.
Straight, yeah.
It was still had a fair amount of texture to it.
And it's you could feel the tackiness on it, like when you run your hand over it. It was not quite furry as some of those ones that are like 500, like
but
1,000.
You could still feel
but
the
you
texture.
could feel the texture, and that's one thing we haven't touched on yet, is that it is 2,500. So you could probably bring it down to get a little bit earlier if you wanted to, or bring it up to get it maybe a little bit more snappy, right?
Now we moved you there again, and once again you're one board off.
Yeah. And I mean,
can we get you lined up? Jeez.
I was gonna say I'm hitting the hole though. That's the thing, is moving around, throwing it out. It's still, it's got a very wide pocket.
Yep.
Like there's lots of room to miss, and that's really nice to see.
Yeah, usually when you get a ball with that much differential and that much intermediate differential, it's when it starts to roll, you're going to really get it to roll forward.
Yeah.
And this, I mean, just watching you here.
Yeah. Look, it's exiting.
That was a lot of continuation.
I was going to say, it's exiting off the 8-board. Like you said, we drilled it pinned down to get it to really to show it off and get it to roll up early and strong. But it's still just...
It gets down there and then comes off the spot.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's not what Swag's really been known for.
No.
So it's from a pro shop standpoint, that's really good.
Yeah.
Because the variety that they're starting to create in their brand.
Yeah. It's going to definitely help them to get...
Oh, look at this.
Maybe that was a little too much that time.
It might have been a little deep on that one.
Yeah.
Being as big a chord it is, there is going to come a point where it is finally going to roll forward a little bit.
But I mean, it's definitely a great step for them. Like I said, like you said,
compared to the stuff that we used to see.
Yeah, Yeah.
This is a huge step forward.
Yes, I'm really liking what they're doing with the swag and going kind of away from the, what was it, the Legends and
The Legends and Lordfield stuff?
Lordfield stuff, yeah.
They take the best of that stuff and then leaving everything behind and just going with a certain, like, filling in motions.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
look at that carry.
Kind of like almost rebranding themselves in this is our future. Like, this is where we're going, you know. Yeah, I mean, it hits, like, I can't say it enough. Like, it hits so hard and keeps the pins mid-level. It's not keeping them low. It's not keeping them high. It's, like, in the middle. And where
See, if it's keeping them low, I think we just learned this week, if you're keeping them low, it has to get airborne, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But that keeps them more base to base is what is meant by that.
Yeah.
Here you are. Oh yeah, you can see you've gotten a little more rounded, tilted a little bit more. Oh, nice.
And it just comes off harder, right? Like, it might have rolled out a little bit that last shot, so put a little bit more side on her, and boom, she's right back again.
And that's that big core.
Yeah.
You know, the bigger the core, the more you're gonna be able to manipulate it with your hand.
Yeah.
So here's Pooks throwing it left-handed. And watch the way it comes off. Yeah. Nice continuation through there.
Yeah, I just can't believe how much of in that case, the 9-pin it was hitting, right? Like,
now here we are with our bonus, like we said with Wayne. We always want to compare apples to apples, and since every company has something similar, this way you can see how different the motion is, and you can see how smooth that bonus is. So just almost straight down and through the pocket. Yeah. Let's compare it.
Yeah.
It's
a lot different. Yeah.
All right, so I got 5 with your feet and another 5 outside. So that's 10 boards.
Easy. Yeah.
So let's say 5 to 12 boards.
Yeah.
I think that probably gets it.
Like, if you look,
that's a huge range.
Yeah. Like, if you look, watch this. You can see how many boards it's covering too.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And then it's still
on the other side a little bit farther
down.
down too. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So our first foray back into swag in a while. While we watch it here on the low camera, what's your impression? Is this?
I'd have to say this is one of the best, if not the best, ball that California Bowling's put out. That I've got to throw. Like, for sure.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
So we have another review coming up of the Glacier, the Blizzard Glacier.
The Glacier, yeah.
Which is kind of like the sister ball to this. This is going to be the Pearl. It'll be interesting to see how it stacks up against the Big Bro Assemble here.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be the up one Pearl versus the up one solid.
Yeah.
But that other ball has a much bigger core.
Yes, yeah.
A crazier intermediate differential. Yeah. And as you can see here,
it
even went through the pins better.
Yeah.
So the Big Brother Assemble as our first ball back. It gets a thumbs up from you.
Definitely thumbs up.
Awesome. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a show. So until next time, guys, we'll see you laneside.